Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are starting our new series on Photoshop. And this whole series is divided into four main categories. And the first category will be interface and introduction. And the second category will be tools, then image editing, and finally the project. The project is based on a magazine cover design and we will be developing the whole project from scratch. So in this video we will be discussing about interface and introduction, and the later videos we will be discussing about tools and how we can manipulate images using those tools with examples. So this is how Photoshop looks like. For those who don't know what Photoshop is a software that is used to edit or manipulate images or to create images. So you can see that here we can see the layout of Photoshop. We have some panels over here with different functions. This panel deals with all the tools that's available in Photoshop, and you can see in this section we are having the main options of Photoshop, like creating a new project, opening the projects, and saving the project likewise. So the same case with the other options as well. And in this section the options for each and every tool is displayed over here. For example, now the zoom tool is selected, so there are some bunch of options that's available for this particular tool, and these options are displayed over here. Okay, so we'll come to that deeply later. So now this is the panel that deals with layers. So actually what is meant by layers? Okay, I'll explain it with an example. So what is meant by layers? Layers is the main concept behind Photoshop, and it is also the main concept behind videos too, because it's actually like, okay, I'll take an example. So this is the logo of our channel. Okay, this is a symbol logo. It's actually having some symmetry over here. So the way I created this logo is pretty simple. I'll explain about that. First of all, this is the base layer. This is the base layer and it's a polygon. And this is the second layer and this is the third layer. And this is the final logo that we have used in our channel. So you can see that we have used 3 layers with 3 different images, or we can call it as 3 different structures. So this is how the layers work. It is actually like a stack, placing one layer over the other. It is the main concept behind Photoshop. To do any image editing or to create any images, we need to be thorough with this concept, the layers concept. It is the most important and the most essential backbone of Photoshop. So now you can see that the whole panels over here it's all messed up. So you'll be thinking about to restoring the layout of Photoshop. So to restore the layout of Photoshop to its default stage, there is a simple step. Go over here, you can see a tab named as Essential. Click on that, and you will see another option called Reset Essentials. If you click on this, you will get the default layout of Photoshop. So just don't worry about the layout and all. Just go through the layout of Photoshop. Just make errors, mess up with the panels, do as you like, and then reset the layout. Why I am telling you to do so? Because it is very important for you to get familiar with the Photoshop interface. So to start a new project, go to File, then New. A new dialog box will appear, so you can give a name for this, and then you can select any preset sizes that's available in Photoshop. It's your wish whether to use it or not. You can use it if you wish. Some of the examples that comes under the preset sizes are like A4, A3, A5, etc. So for now we will go for a custom size. We'll go with the pixels, and then so next is resolution. So what is meant by resolution? Resolution is the number that or the count that determines the image quality or the image size. The higher the number of resolution, the higher will be the quality as well as the image size. The lower the resolution, the lower the quality of the image as well as the size of the image. So now let's discuss about color mode. What is meant by color mode? Color mode are actually mainly of two types, RGB and CMYK. What is RGB? RGB means red, green and blue. What is CMYK? Cyan, magenta, yellow and black. K is for black. But in most of the cases we use RGB as our color mode. Now if you press OK, this is what our layout or the project looks like. It's having a width of 1920 pixel and a height of 1080 pixels. So you can see this. When you created this project, you have got a new layer called background. In the initial stage it will be locked. So to unlock this layer you can use two methods. First method is to double click over this layer. A new dialog box will appear. You can give a name if you want, or else just leave it as it was, then press OK. So it's actually unlocked. Now the second way to do this is to go over here, layer, then new, then layer from background, and the same dialog box appears. Click OK, then it's unlocked again. So that's a basic function. And now let's see about the opening an image to this project. So go to file, then open. So a new image is open here. Okay, so now you can edit this image as you want. The editing feature or the functions will be later discussed later in the upcoming videos. So let's leave it this way. So suppose if we need to move this layer around the project, we can use move tool. This is known as the move tool. So using this tool we can move any layer over our project. So if we misplaced any position of the object in our project, then how to revert it back to its previous state is known as undo, and it's done by Control plus Alt plus Z. So now I'll tell about brush. Brush is something as we have done in our paint and all. It's actually the same functionality. Choose a brush, its size, and then a symbol color, and you can use the brush as it was. Okay, so to revert back you can use Control Alt and Z. And the next feature will be zoom tool. So to zoom into your project you can use zoom tool, and if you see this plus symbol on the magnifier, then it means it will zoom into the project. And to come back you can use this negative symbol to magnifier, and if you click here it will come out of the image. So this is all the basic elements that we use in Photoshop, and these are all used commonly and oftenly. So now to save this project you can go to file, then save. So find a place, and then you can see the format to be selected in Photoshop or for the image that you are saving. So there are a bunch of formats available, and you see there's one important thing: the formats are depending on the image mode that you use. Now we are having the image mode as RGB. Suppose we are using or we are converting this image mode to CMYK. So it's actually changed to CMYK. So now you see the save options available for this format is much lesser than the options or the format that we had for RGB. You see this, actually the main or the common format known as the PNG that we use commonly is not available in CMYK. So if you need to save an image like with PNG format, you need to use the RGB color mode. So now when we go to save option, you can see the format. There are more new formats available. It's actually the PNG is over here and it's not available in CMYK format, color mode. And PNG is one of the most commonly used format in images. So let's save it as a sample. Save. Okay, so it's actually saved. Creating a new project, opening the images to Photoshop, saving Photoshop, and then the layer concept. This is one of the most important concept that you need to study thoroughly in Photoshop. So if we to add a new layer, go to layer, new layer, give a name if you want, or then leave it as it is. Okay, so this is the new layer. So you can draw over this layer in this layer, and you see I'm writing pixel. So this is a separate layer. So if we hide this layer, it's not gonna affect that particular layer that we created newly. Okay, so and if we hide this layer too, then the whole project is hidden. Now if we revert it back, you can see this whole project is consisting of 2 layers. You can rearrange the positions of the layers as you wish. Just drag the layers to its corresponding position that you need it to be. Okay, so these are the basic functions or the basic operations that you need to study thoroughly in Photoshop. So I am winding up right now. In the next video we will be covering each and every tools, or I won't be actually covering each and every tool, but the tools that are mostly important and most commonly used tools, with an example as well. So see you in the next video with the tools. So I'll be describing about or explaining about each and every tools with an example. So see you there. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and share your comments or your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.